When you're an NFL player, a lot is expected out of you. Some NFL players are relied on to carry an entire team. Today, we are covering each team's best player. Keep in mind, I'm not going to go over the players with the best stats. I'm covering the players that affect their team the most. Arizona Cardinals wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. After being suspended for 6 games, DeAndre Hopkins has been a menace on the Cardinals. Catching 49 passes for 574 yards in only 6 games, Hopkins is on track for a 1,000-yard season, even after being suspended for 1/3 of the season. He is amazing to say the least. Atlanta Falcons AJ Terrell. It's no question that the Falcons are a bad team this year, but on the bright side, AJ Terrell has been carrying their defense. His stats might not look the best right now, but he's definitely the best player on the team now that Kyle Pitts is injured. Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson basically carries his team, being 90% of their run game and their entire pass game. The only problem with this is Lamar is the only offensive weapon they have. Lamar is great, but the team needs to help out. Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. I've said this many times, Josh Allen is the entire Bills offense. With no solid running back on the team, Josh Allen has to be the running back. On top of that, he's an amazing passer, making play after play. Even with a hurt elbow, he still carries his team. Carolina Panthers offensive tackle Taylor Moton. Taylor is an amazing lineman, being essential to the past success of Christian McCaffrey and the current success of running backs that aren't even known very well. Without Taylor Moton, the Panthers offense would be even worse than it already is. Chicago Bears quarterback Justin Fields. As of 2 months ago, I probably would have said Robert Quinn or Roquan Smith, but both defensive players are being traded and there's no other option. Although even if these two players weren't traded, Justin Fields' recent success would definitely be competing for number 1 on his team, and as of right now, he is number 1 on his team. Not to mention, he just set a bunch of quarterback rushing records, so it's no doubt that he carries the Bears. Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow. While some could argue Jamar Chase is the best player, I think it's been proven during the 2022 regular season that the Bengals can win without him, and it's for one reason: Joe Burrow. When Jamar Chase got injured, Burrow figured out how to throw to all of his other star receivers, which has so far worked out pretty well. Not to mention, last year's Super Bowl run was 100% because of Joe Burrow. He got sacked 9 times in one game and still found a way to win. Talk about a great QB. Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. Some could argue Deshaun Watson, but he's only played a couple games so far and we have yet to see what he can do. Meanwhile, Myles Garrett is a force on the defensive line. Garrett has had 3 straight games with a 90+ rating. He will definitely keep leading his team to many wins. If you like football at all, then this is the channel for you. We post brand new NFL related content every single week. Make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications to never miss one of these videos. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons. Yes, it's a little weird to not see Dak Prescott in this spot, but hear me out. Micah Parsons has played 1 year now, and you already know he'll be amazing. He was flying all over the field in 2021, and he's been doing the exact same in 2022. He is easily one of the best linebackers in the league and the best player on his team. Denver Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson. Now this one seems kind of stupid with the way Russell Wilson has been playing, but it's not all his fault. With a horrible offense that is badly coached, it's pretty easy to see that Russell Wilson is a good player in a bad spot. If the Broncos can find a new head coach and get some better receivers, they might actually see a good Russell Wilson. Detroit Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Lions have been making a huge comeback in the past couple months. They have won 5 of the past 6 games, putting them in a spot to possibly make the playoffs for the first time in years. The reason they're playing so well is because of Amon-Ra. His ability to make hard catches and get many yards after the catch is what leads the Lions to all their high-scoring victories. Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers. This one doesn't take much of an explanation since Rodgers is a multiple-time MVP. Yes, he has been having a bad year, but it's pretty hard to have a good year when the front office gets rid of his best weapon. Rodgers has also had a broken thumb for the past 7 or 8 games, and it's definitely been affecting him. Even though his thumb is broken, he's still found a way to keep his team in tough games. Houston Texans running back Dameon Pierce. In the 2022 draft, the Texans needed almost every single position, and that's why they took a running back later in the draft. But their 4th round pick ended up being their best player. This rarely happens and is really cool to see. On the other hand, it's not very hard to be the best player on a bad team. On the flip side, some could also argue that he's just an average running back on a team that is well below average. Indianapolis Colts running back Jonathan Taylor. The start of the season for Jonathan Taylor was very underwhelming, but as the season went on, the Colts realized JT was the only good player they have. Now he gets 20 plus carries a game and will hopefully carry his team to a few more wins. Jacksonville Jaguars linebacker Josh Allen. This Josh Allen plays defense, and he does it pretty well. He is by far the best defensive player they have, and since offense can't do that much, Josh Allen stays the best on his team. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people may be arguing that Kelsey carries Mahomes, but I truly think Mahomes and Andy Reid need some more respect for what they've been doing. After a great 2022 campaign so far, the Chiefs are lined up to go back to the playoffs again. Even after losing Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes still proves that he doesn't need players like him. He's definitely the best on his team. Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams. Adams was the best wide receiver from 2019 to 2021 under Aaron Rodgers. It's pretty cool to think that he'll finish his years on a team with such a good offense in Derek Carr, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, and Josh Jacobs. He's definitely the best on his team. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. How did Herbert fall to the Chargers at number 6 in the 2022 NFL Draft? I guess we'll never know. Statistically speaking, Justin Herbert's first 2 years in the NFL are the best from any quarterback. At only 24 years old, he has a lot more prime years to come. Los Angeles Rams defensive lineman Aaron Donald. This one doesn't need much of an explanation since it's Aaron Donald. There's no doubt in my mind that Aaron Donald is the best defensive player in football right now. That being the case, he is definitely the best on his team. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. In a blockbuster trade with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Dolphins got Tyreek Hill. Hill is the best receiver in football right now, only competing with players like Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs. As of right now, Tyreek Hill is the only future Hall of Famer on the Fins right now. Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson. With all due respect to Delvin Cook and Harrison Smith, this one didn't require much thought. Through his first 2 years, Jefferson has been an absolute beast, racking up over 3,000 yards. For the Vikings, the entire 2022 season has just been giving the ball to Jay Jettas. New England Patriots linebacker Matthew Judon. Jones could definitely take this spot soon, but for now, it stays with Judon. Back in 2021, he powered his team back into the postseason once again. He is the complete heart and soul to this Patriots defense. New England Saints tight end Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is a very essential piece to the Saints. When the quarterbacks are injured on the Saints, he plays quarterback. When the quarterbacks are healthy, he plays tight end, running back, and quarterback. The man does it all on offense. He is the only reason the Saints have the very few wins that they have. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley. It's pretty evident that Saquon Barkley carries the Giants. Without him, the record would be more like 3-10, and that's being generous. He is a star and easily the best player on his team. New York Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner. When the Jets selected Sauce Gardner, they were expecting a good corner. But they got more than just a good corner. They got the best corner in football this season. It's no coincidence that the Jets are having a good season when they got Sauce. He is the main cause for this Jets' first winning season in years. Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelce. This is another controversial pick. Jason Kelce is easily one of the best centers in all of football. He carries the run game and pass blocking game, making Jalen Hurts look as good as he is. Next time you watch the Eagles, pay attention to their star center. Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker TJ Watt. On one of the best defenses in the league, TJ Watt is the best on his team. He is definitely one of the reasons the Steelers defense is so good. Now all they need is a good offense. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel. On a team full of studs, Deebo takes the crown. As of last year, Deebo was the running back and receiver carrying his team to the NFC Championship. Even with the addition of McCaffrey this year, he is still doing 90% of the work on offense, easily the best on his team. Seattle Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf. I think this one is pretty obvious since DK Metcalf catches most of the passes on his team. He leads his team to many big wins being such a good blocker, pass catcher, and runner. He's one of the best in the league and definitely the best on his team. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady. If any of you argue this one, just leave now. No one cares about you or your opinion. Jokes aside, Tom Brady is the GOAT. He is the only reason the Bucs are anywhere near the playoffs right now, and I'll just leave it at that. Tennessee Titans running back Derrick Henry. Once again, another obvious pick. Just like the Giants, the Titans would be nothing without Derrick Henry. He is a future Hall of Fame running back and is still going. Washington Commanders quarterback Taylor Heinicke. To be honest, I'm putting Heinicke here just for the fact that he's playing for the exact team that started 1-4. Now that he took over, the Commanders are playoff bound. When you do something like that, you deserve to be on this list. Besides, who else would I put here? Carson Wentz? Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, you'll probably like the video we made covering each team's highest paid player. Anyways, I'll see all of you guys in the next video.